All right, we're going to announce our finalists. Hailing out of New York, we've got Anthony Scasia. Let's give him a high five. Pause here. Good friends. Maybe short, but boy, he can strike. Todd Lathrop from Connecticut. Brenton Brown. Leroy Brown? I don't know, but man, he throws it good on the left. And defending inaugural champion, hailing out of Vermont, Mr. Farkle Eric Coppin.
There are your competitors for our shootout. And we're getting some pictures here, and soon after this we will draw for position. And with me is Todd Lathrop's famous partner. They've won the BJ together. It's Mr. 900.
What's up, Bruce?
I can't finish. I can't finish. It's John Wilbur. Hey, buddy, how are you?
Buddy? Good. How are you?
Great to see you, my friend.
Good to be back. This is twice in 2 weeks.
Twice.
Now.
It's so great. You're the best on the mic, man. I love having you here. Thanks so much for staying around. And I know you're trying to help. Your buddy Todd. What do you think? Tell us about the match. What do you think?
Well, it's going to be tough. Number one. This pattern was tougher than last year. I thought it played easier for me, but overall it was tougher. And, I think the power game helps on this pattern, but there is something to be said for someone like Todd, who's a shot maker as well, with a little bit of power as well. So I think Eric Copping is going to be tough to beat as always. He's had a great look all tournament. It's going to be tough for me to decide who I'm rooting for. I'm going to try not to root for anyone. I got Eric and Todd in here. So. But I think it's going to be an exciting match, and, I think the lane pattern is going to, make it pretty even across the board, to be honest.
Well, let's recap our competitors, and we can see him here on the score sheet. Mr. Justin Alves putting him in. It is Brenton Brown. He's from the 215 and under in handicap division. Brenton will get 10 sticks of handicap for this match. On the other side, on the top, will be Todd Lathrop, and Todd will get 6 pins of handicap. He's in the 55 and over in women's division. And then it'll be Eric Copping, and it looks like Eric is in the lower right.
Yes.
Does that look right?
Yes, it does,
because Anthony Scasia is in the lower lefts, and they will both scratch. So Brenton Brown plus 10, Eric Copping scratch, Anthony Scasia scratch, Todd Lathrop plus 6. So this is how we're going to allocate the handicaps. First place $20K, second $12K, third $7K, and fourth place $4K for this one game. Here we go. And last year, Eric Copping walked away with the top prize, which that time was $6,000. But it's a little bit of a break now, a little bit of a break higher. We're paying out $159,000 total money, and that would be $20K on top. So what do you think about that? A little bit of pressure on these folks.
I wish I could feel it.
Yeah, I do feel it. I felt it when I tried to make a shot in the 10th, and I couldn't do it. So unfortunately, that's kind of what happened.
I got on a tough pair and went out in the 16. But look at this. We have somebody fairly important sitting down.
Let him get set up. Let him get set up. Get his mic there. Okay, there we go. And joining us is the tournament organizer and Mr. Everything to the Northeast Megabucks Tournament, Christopher Viali. Christopher, how are you?
Doing good, Bruce. Doing good.
You calm? Are you calm? Take a breath.
I'd love to be on the lanes bowling for this right now.
I just said that.
Wouldn't we all like to be out there, my friend? 20 grand on top.
Wait a minute. Are we at Nationals or are we in Massachusetts right now?
This is our Nationals team, and we had Francis Vitelli with us earlier, and actually Anthony will kick us off here.
There we go.
On the right lane, it starts off with a strike. Great start. We have a raucous crowd here with us. It's been a great crowds all weekend, starting on Thanksgiving Day. 690 entries, over 60,000 in added sponsor money, $159,000 paid out, guaranteed prize funds. And Christopher, you've got to be incredibly proud of this whole thing.
It's great. You know, all the bowlers came out to support us. It's really cool. I mean, it's a long couple days. I really admire people like the Edelmans and the Hoinkies, and obviously
they run them all year long, and they run them right. It's just amazing.
Yeah, Jamie and his family out into Tat, and just.
And there's Copping kicking things off.
Let's talk action now.
That's a hazmat that Copping is throwing there, and he's overpowering the lanes. And John, earlier we were talking about the lane pattern, and I agree. You had to find your trick for the pattern. You could see people cross it. You could see people go up it. But you really had to have the break point correct. You had to have the right surface. And until I figured out how to get behind it and go straight up behind it with an aggressive ball, big ball, I did not crack it. And then it started behaving for me. But, let's see how Todd's playing. I know he was using a fate earlier, and that was the ball that was reading the best for him. And
looks like he's still
looks like what that
see
is.
if that pushes
down
in
the
there.
lane, it does not push. And there's a little bit of help in there, just the dimensions of the pattern. It's 41 feet, 4.57 to 1, 26.95 mils of total oil. So there's a fair bit in the middle. It's flat, pretty much outside of 7 or 8. You know, there's no drop off outside. There's no bank. You know, it's not like you're going to throw it to some bumper and it's going to come screaming back. But there is hold if you work it right, and there's swing if you work it right. So you really, like I said, and this looks like a little bit of a pull on Todd on the spare, but he does clean it up.
Todd has been having problems with the approaches, either the approaches or his shoe. I'm not sure which, but he's
slipping or sticking.
The approaches at this Bowlero are the best on any Bowlero there are on the planet.
That's not saying much because they're all very slippery. Most of them, and this is less slippery. I took off my sock, so they're definitely less slippery. And here's Brenton with his second shot, and comes up, rips the rack, and blows the 10. He's coming off what might have been a 270 game against Angel Hernandez down here on 21-2, so he's got a great look to the pocket.
It's not using urethane.
He's throwing a black venom.
Yeah.
Actually, and here's Anthony Scatia. This is a purple hammer.
We saw a lot of that going down the lane this week.
And certainly he turns around. He says, do I get that one? He does. And there's the double for Scatia to kick things off. And again, we have some handicap in play here. Lathrop gets 6 and Brown gets 10. Those will be calculated in the score, and I'll pop the score up here in a second once Todd makes a shot.
And I got to tell you, this pattern, that's way right.
And that's way right. Does not recover. Trouble for Todd with the 2-10. And you can see on the right side, there are the handicaps and the totals, kind of what you'd see in league, right? So same thing. So here's Eric trying to double up on the left lane. Really good looking shot there. Look at this guy, huh?
And it
Imagine he takes 26 grand out of here in 2 years. Hello.
It looks like lane 25 is curving quite a bit more than 26 from what we've seen out of all 4 players so far, right and left.
Well, so let's talk about why this handicap, right? We have 4 divisions in this tournament. Everyone competes in their own division. Look at that
shot by Todd.
210 conversion by Todd Lathrop.
That was incredible.
Wow, awesome, fantastic.
Big shot.
Yeah, so there's 4 divisions. Everyone competes in their division until the shootout. And the 215 and under handicap division gets 10 pins in the shootout, and the 55 and over women division gets 6 pins in the shootout, similar to what they do with the TAT.
And I got that, being 55 and over, I remember getting that on the sweepers too, right?
Yes.
And there's a terrible break for
break.
Brenton. After that great strike, he comes up with a 6-8 in the pocket. And
Well, it
no
didn't even look like
there.
a 6-8 hit, even when it went through the pins.
He's got that reactive, and it does keep going on the back end. He's putting a lot of revs on it too. There's
Anthony Scatia has been labeling a lot of shots today.
Sure has. He's been leaving a lot of buckets too.
I guess I still have the announcer's curse.
It's alive and well.
Wow.
And it lives within you, John Wilbur.
Sorry, Anthony.
The announcer's curse. It's funny. As soon as we said that last time, who were we talking about? It was an immediate, it was Greek church or something. It's just as soon as you start talking about it. So Christopher, I know you've, as you do with NEBA, did a masterful job with some of your sponsors. Tell us about the Savage Arms and Next and some other folks that have spent, of course, SPI. Tell us about the sponsors of the event.
Oh, good spare. Almost chopped that off the back way.
Yeah.
Al Casper is a good friend of mine, and he helped raise the $50,000 through his company, Savage Arms, and a friend of his, colleague of his, at a company called Next Technologies, $25,000. So we got $50,000. Nice shot.
Nice shot there by Todd.
To support the main event, and obviously it's one of the reasons we're able to pay out $159,000.
Amazing.
But a lot of that came from the bowlers, right? That's 50 grand.
690 entries, right? 690 entries at 90. At what is it? 95 each, right?
Yeah. Let's see what that's in a little bit. Oh,
and he flushes it. Eric Copping looking to win back-to-back Northeast Megabuck titles. Take home the big cash.
Well, I got to tell you, Vic, I didn't know if I'd ever bowl in a tournament where I had a chance to win 20 grand. So that in itself is quite an accomplishment by you to bring that to New England and the Northeast. So, and all your sponsors.
Yeah, Anthony got that one left, and
got
it read
that left
hard
right
early.
off the bucket. Yeah.
I didn't have anything bouncing off the dry that well, but he certainly has the hand to do it. And then let's see if Brenton can recover here. Gets it left and does not even think about recovering. Now I found the right lanes were a little bit drier on the left side.
And it was the opposite.
It was the opposite, right? Makes sense.
Yep.
So, maybe they're tilted, crowned by the cap, right?
Right.
In the ball return. So quite often you see that, or the opposite, something like that. Anthony right at the 2-4 and converts.
Yeah, and I can't thank Storm enough, Leanne, and the whole team at Storm. I mean, they're incredible. They gave us $3,000 for the sweepers, but they helped us create the Be Inspired booth set that we have. That was a vision of mine and Amy's, and we flew out to Utah, sat down with them, and they're like, wow, that's incredible. That's a great idea. Let's do it.
It's amazing. And Brenton does cover the 1-3-6. And now Brenton pacing to, with his handicap, he's about 2 under. And we will try to add handicaps in as we talk about who's where. Copping has the lead no matter how you calculate it because he's got the front 3.
They didn't put the handicap up on the screen?
They do. They do. It's up there. Okay, yep. It's up there. And
there's that left lane.
There's the announcer's curse in spades, leaving the 3, 4, 6, 10. Could have been 4 through the middle.
I don't think Eric liked that one off his hand, but that is the wrong lane to make a mistake on.
Absolutely right.
Like.
That's the hook and lane. You make the wrong mistake on the wrong lane. How many times have we done it? Here's that fade out and back. Gets the trip 4 for the double.
How many times have we seen him do that?
Todd says he's able to double. He makes the 2-10 and then doubles. So huge for Todd.
Todd Lathrop is one of the toughest guys that a lot of people don't talk about.
Oh my God,
he is one
amazing.
of the toughest guys on the lanes you'll ever. He's just like a robot.
I did my Be Inspired interview with him, and it was incredible just to pick his brain about how he goes about his mental game. It was pretty cool.
Quick look at the score up here
smart.
before we get back to Anthony's shot here, guys. Sonia West told me the screen froze. I think we're okay, Sonia. Might be you there. And there's a mixer, nudges out the 10. Does Anthony. Comes back with the arm sweep. And now he's looking at +4. Todd Lathrop is +8 plus his 6, so he's +14. And Todd, I believe, just took the lead with Eric's open.
I believe you're right.
That looks better.
That's a good shot.
A good shot. Gets it up.
Wow.
Oh, he gets the mixer. The 6 kicked in front of the 5. No love there for Brenton on a good shot.
And then that right there.
They're all sluggish because this fair is fresh, right? We're on the fresh.
Right, and I think you might be seeing why Anthony chose to go with urethane over there. It's reading up, facing up quicker, and that ball just really pushed through the pattern too far.
Yeah great shot there by Eric. Comes back. Now, what's he going to do on this left lane? I have seen people, you move in, and it is 210. It's easy to do. And get yourself in trouble on the over-under.
Well, that is where it is nice to have like a, Todd or someone who can float it through there. So for Eric, it could be tough, but Eric knows how to overpower a condition better than anyone.
Yeah. Because Todd's playing a
Absolutely.
few boards in.
Right.
He could pull a little bit of that off.
Exactly.
Hey, if everybody could like and share the feed, we can get our viewers up. And we already got some wonderful numbers on the live stream here. So
Bowling for 43,000. These 4 bowlers.
yeah, what do you think, huh?
Sit
Lay
back.
off, lay off.
Ball was
Never
left.
going to do it. There's no hold. There's no gratuitous hold on this pattern.
Not on the fresh, no.
Not on the fresh. Maybe with a lot of urethane dragging it down, perhaps you got a little bit on the back. And now Todd, our leader, is faced with a very tough 3-6, 9-10.
Virtually impossible.
Well, he's made it 210. This could be a harder spare than the 210.
It is.
That's true. That's true.
He's going to try and curve it from in.
Many prayers have been said over this spare
And
at the upper echelons of our sport.
And this pattern makes it tougher with the out of bounds and the early hook in the middle.
And
got
that's
it down
gonna
long
hook
enough.
a little bit, and he does not make it. Indeed.
That was a
It's
tough one.
Falls victim to it. He went out to the OB and didn't recover, guys, exactly as you said, John. Didn't make the corner. Now let's have a quick look. We've got Brenton up now on the right, 77. And then we've got Lathrop, 98. Copping, 80. And Anthony, 84. So
Within 7 pins.
within seven,
Let's see if that's gonna make
everybody's
it.
within a mark or two
Ah.
of each other. And a nice thanks from Mark Paradis for Christopher Valley and Amy for all you did to bring this to the Northeast. Christopher, I think we speak for many of us who were, everybody who was here, you know, run impeccably. You got some great talent behind you and just making a lot of really good decisions trying to run this thing. So thanks so much for everything
All
you
the
guys
people
do.
behind us make it happen. It's not
There's
about
Anthony.
us.
Is that going to make the corner?
Oh, another.
Oh, he almost a
This
5.
pair's like really tight.
Yeah.
He pulled that up the oil and I went long and didn't even try to make the corner. So the balls are splashing around out there, guys. They're just not making corners.
So we got lane 25 as the problem lane
that gonna make it?
for
And
both
that's going
sides.
to go right by the 3, 5, 6. And now Brenton in trouble, even with his 10 pins, staring at 182 with his handicap. Now here's Anthony straight at that 10-pin hang on, and it does. He covers it.
He's been a little edgy on his spare shooting today.
Now Anthony pacing to 204.
No one's running away with this.
No one's, absolutely not. Todd pacing to 206 with his, no, not that much, 98. So,
Todd.
and Todd gets
my
the
goodness.
crumbling. Todd gets the crumbling 4-7-10 to go to give him 92 plus 6, 98 in the fifth. We'll get everybody updated in the fifth once we have the scores.
A little feedback. They say they can't see the scores on our camera.
Oh, really? I'm doing it there. Now they can. I've got a focus. I've got to zoom in on the scores, and unfortunately, I made us miss Eric's shot. But I've got to zoom in on the scores. So no, they can't. I have it focused in on the bowlers,
Okay.
and so I have to switch to show the score when they come up. So, and we'll do that after
We'll try
Eric
and
makes the
do-
shot.
we'll
So
keep
Eric's
everyone-
going to be 100, and we're going to have 104 for Anthony. They're the two scratch players. They're within 4. Unfortunately, Brenton is falling behind. He's looking at $180. And then we have Todd at 92 plus 6, 98 in the fifth. So we have 3 guys for the lead within about 6 pins of each other. This is incredibly tight after 5 frames.
And Eric made that move left on 25, and it just laid there and didn't quite
Didn't
get
even,
back.
didn't come back. Now Anthony into the, I've seen him leave a lot of buckets with that purple because he throws it fast, and he sometimes gets it in because he wants it up the lane, and then it catches the oil and will not make the corner. So, and buckets, as we know, are easily missed.
Big shot for Brenton here.
Really
to get
got
Get
that
back
one.
up, great
Great
shot.
shot.
Get himself back in
Right
this
back in
match. Great shot right there.
He needed that one.
And this 3-5-6 is no gimme for Anthony. This is anybody's match, folks.
And now
Going into
it'll
the
be
7th
interesting
frame.
to see what Todd does on this left lane.
And
Eric
good
obviously
spin.
has the power. What is Todd's ball going to do on this? Because he floats it a lot more. And
Boy, this is an
like you
interest-
said,
Yeah.
Sorry about
if you, I'm sorry about that, but like you said, if you get it too far, it's going to 2-8-10 every time.
Right. So what move does he make?
I think he's going to go a little left and a little softer.
Does it look like what he did?
Nice.
Does it
Right
get
up
through
the
it?
lane, turns
Oh.
up, dead flush.
The
Double
old
for
Atari
Lathrop.
strikes. Put the 8-9, baby.
Double for Lathrop puts him at +2 for the game.
Puts him in the lead.
Copping dead even. He's 2 ahead of Copping, and he's exactly 1 ahead of Anthony. We have 3 guys within 3 pins right now. Here's Copping. Dead flush. Great shot by Eric on the right lane.
Eric's having no problem with that lane.
3 guys within 3 pins, and 1 guy 18 back, but he's on a strike. And this guy, and believe me, Brenton can string him. He can put a couple together here without any trouble at all.
It's got a little sling release, and it gets lined up. It strikes.
Shot here by Anthony.
That's
Gets it
way
out
left.
to the dry. See how early that
Oh,
goes.
my.
That bounced over Brooklyn. Unbelievable how early that read.
Cali.
Did we see any Cali Farkles? That's
No,
the question.
no. Cali mobs, not Farkles.
Hey, what happened? Do we have the Farkle Challenge awards?
No, we
Anything?
don't have it. No.
No have? Okay.
Let's see what happens here.
Brenton.
And
Oh.
ring 7. Ouch.
That would have put the whole pack together.
Yes, it would
Going
have.
to be trouble for
That was a
Brenton.
great shot.
It's going to be awfully hard for him to recover at this point, I'm afraid. 120, 40. He can shoot 200 even with his handicap, and he does
picked it up,
convert
though.
that 7.
All
Now,
right.
he was good last game too on the 7, so good shot there. And again, 10-pin
He's
handicap.
got a max 212 with his 10 pins.
Yep, 10-pin for Brenton and 6 for Lathrop. And the messages keep coming in on the live stream, and congratulations, Christopher, and just amazing stuff. And that's left through the beak, that left lane, picking up and hooking. And Eric afraid to make the big move left. Yeah, very afraid to make the move left, and then it's a 210, right? So it's just waiting for you.
Let's see what Todd can do.
Well, Todd can really extend. He can take a 10-pin lead here if he can get another one.
This has become kind of the biggest shot in the match so far.
Well, if he can do it, and then we have some screaming out here to the left. There is some open play going on down below, and some people having a lot of fun.
10 pairs down.
Little do they know, there's 20,000 on the line. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We got some great numbers on the live stream here, Vic.
Excellent.
And Todd, big shot, throws that fate, gets it out.
That looks
Does it
pretty
look
good.
Chance,
Does, right?
turn it up,
Oh,
dead
shot.
flush.
Shot.
Todd Lathrop.
You don't see Todd show much emotion, and he just gave it a double fist pump on
He
that
sure
shot.
did. He sure did.
20,000 will make you do that, probably.
Double fist pump for Todd. He better calm down. He's going to have to need a sedative after this. And Eric still basically, essentially after the split, he's got the Dutch going. He's got exactly 200 on the nose. Anthony looking at 201 on the nose. And Todd now pacing to 208, yes? Yeah, 2050, no, 218.
Got that a little bit.
And
Oh.
that was a double, by the way, in the 9th frame for Anthony.
Cali in a roll 3.
That was a huge, huge number. Huge strike. And Brenton really got to put it together here. Gets the one there, okay. 260-92. Brenton can go 202 on the out. Anthony just got himself to 211. And Todd now 2058. Todd pacing to 218. So Todd with a 7-pin lead right now can extend it to 17.
Is that wide? No.
No, that was right to the
right in
spot.
That lane, you
Perfect
can't
shot
miss
there
on that lane.
by Eric, and he's going to come back and finish on his bad lane.
Coming down to the
Will
10th already.
Copping 220 on the out, and if Todd were not to strike here, Copping will be able to get up and put some real pressure on Todd. Todd can still finish 3rd or 4th. Anything can happen.
Well, you
Todd
gave that
gets
room.
it out. Get
Yeah,
up.
you gave
Too
that
long,
too
and
much
there's
room.
the 210 that everybody's afraid of on the drier lane. He makes the move, and he goes out, doesn't make the corner.
He got that further right down lane
Yeah.
than the previous shot, and I don't think he was quite as soft, but once he got it to that point down lane.
Did you guys ever play Mario Kart? Like
Yes.
the worst thing you can have is the lead in Mario Kart because like a bomb comes and hits you or something else. Like you're probably not going to win if you're leading. Like you don't want to ever be leading. And
Right.
now that's what's happening here. The leaders get bombed.
And he made this earlier.
Yeah,
Can
he
he make
did.
it twice?
This would be a huge conversion. That's
Oh, he
left.
gave it- that's
I don't
left.
think so. And now 8 out
That-
for
did that
Todd.
extra
Let's
pin
figure
really
it out.
hurt?
So 782, max 212 for Todd. And now, guess who's in the lead? It's Anthony.
With his Cali
Pacing
and roll the
with
3.
his Cali rolls the 3. Didn't flush either one of them, but found a way to double. And now he's staring at 211, and that's leading the pack.
You shut the building down. The triple.
Yeah, let's see.
The second make
There's a
it.
good shot there.
Oh,
Perfect.
boy.
There's a
He
double.
carried that ring in 7.
92.
Yeah,
You can get to
he'd be right in it.
202. Now remember, folks, 12K for second, 7K third, 4K fourth. Every shot worth huge money here. And here we are in the 10th, and it's still literally anybody's match. And Anthony got some screaming in the background. Turn it up, and he gets it. Huge shot for Anthony, putting him in the 220s. And he's out of reach. Copy can go 220 exactly. He put himself out of reach of Brenton with that shot. And Brenton cannot get the second one in the 10th. And now Brenton is going to finish 69-89 with a spare with his handicap. So 89 for Brenton.
Shots for the title.
This is for everything.
If he gets this one, he can't be beat.
9 spare. We have a chance for a tie.
There's a shot
That's right.
for $20,000.
Here it is, $20,000 ball right
That's
here.
wide. Oh, it hooked.
Oh,
Way high.
Oh,
Gets the
God.
Cali.
I'm going to say boo.
Boo. I would say boo, too.
Gets the Cali for the win. That was a $20,000 Cali
And
right
that's
there.
how this ends.
And that's how it ends. The question is now, will there be a third annual Northeast Megabucks
Of course there
after
will be.
that?
Of course there will be.
Of course there will be. This tournament is going to be even bigger next year, I'm sure. But wow, what a shot. Now flush this one at least. He does. And my Lord, for the Cali shot. 231, Anthony Scation.
All right, so now we're
20
bowling for
grand for Anthony Scation.
So
Now
now-
fighting for second.
still
12,
12,000.
7, and 4.
12,000.
12,000 for 4. So we have Todd
like
with
winning
a
a huge
2.
tournament.
Todd's got a 2-pin lead going in, and he crumbles the bucket but leaves the 8-pin.
And
Okay,
that's-
Todd can go 202 max. Copping needs this hit
Topping needs
to take
this for
second. And it will be Brenton in third, looks like, right?
4th.
89.
Yeah.
4th, sorry.
Yeah.
Got that to the right.
And
Oh,
he comes up high. No. And now Todd needs the spare and a 9 count,
9 count.
to get to
Yeah.
201 and lock out comping for second. So now we got some twirling in the background. We got
Yeah.
some other
Video
sounds.
game,
We
I
got
don't-
some crazy things, guys. Many thousands of dollars at stake, folks. Take it easy. Take it easy.
It's Bowlero. They can't shut it down,
It's
so it's
Bowlero.
okay.
They can't do it. And Todd goes after the 8-pin. Dead
Yes.
nuts.
I could never throw
on
it straight
the
like that.
8-pin. That was
No,
great. Me
I
neither.
would've
Oh my
looking at
God!
it.
Can you imagine with a plastic ball in your hand,
I'd have-
having to
I'd
go
have
down
been
the
looking.
middle of the lane for 12 grand?
Eric needs a spare as
Eric's
well.
Gotta get this spare.
There it is.
He does. All right. So here's the situation: 2-pin advantage for Todd. They're both on spares. So if we saw 8 by Todd and a strike by Eric, we could have a tie. Do you have tiebreakers, or are you just going to split the money?
Split the money.
Split the money. Okay, here we go. Todd needs
And I already
9.
wrote out the checks.
Todd needs Todd needs 9 to lock up 12 grand. 9 pins.
Gets,
And
yeah.
can he do it? Can he
Looks
do it?
pretty
Can he
good.
do it? Turn up.
And it
Give
is.
him the strike.
All right.
That would be 12 grand for Todd Lathrop, locking up second with 202. My gosh, what matches.
I'm going to sign off and get the
now
checks ready,
Eric.
my friends.
Okay, hey,
Thank you,
Vic,
Vic.
thank you so much,
you.
Vic. Great job, my friend.
Thank
You
you.
were the
Thank you.
best. You and Amy, thanks to the whole crew over there, and we will see you next year, we hope.
Yes.
All right?
Yes,
All right,
you will.
buddy. Okay, man. Amazing finish, right, John?
Wow.
Hey, man, check it out. Your man Todd hangs in there for $12K.
So he can buy dinner in Vegas when we go out.
No kidding. I made Andrew made 900 brackets. I made him buy.
That's right.
Last night, so that's all it takes. So, hey, folks, we're going to wrap it up here. What an amazing thing, John Wilbur. Thank you so
Bruce,
much.
Thanks for having me on. I didn't expect
buddy.
it, and it was fun.
It was so much fun. You're the best, and great to have you anytime.
Not many guys get to announce for $43,000.
That's what it was. We just gave away $43,000, folks. That's a first for me, I'll tell you that. That's incredible. So congratulations to all the winners. Anthony Scatia, $20,000 richer. Great going, and boy, couldn't have been more fun. We will see you all here next year. There's lots of other ancillary videos. We don't have to stay for the interview. They have their own booth and everything for that. So I think we're going to sign off. So congratulations to everybody on a fantastic second annual Northeast Megabucks Tournament. We will see you next year around the Thanksgiving time frame. All right?
Yes, sir.
John, safe ride home, buddy.
All right, same
okay.
to you.
All right.
Good night,
Bye-bye,
everybody.
Thanks for tuning in. See you later, all.